don't know why you don't just get a snitch from inside.
Because I told you, I can transfigure one.
Hogsmeade, here I come.
You can stop a thief in there.
We have everything a young student might need when it comes to potions. Have a good look around. What can I do for you today? A wise decision. Thank you. A wise decision. Thank you. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Glacis!
Yes!
You won't knock this one loose.
Confringo.
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That is a mistake, my friend.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
You may be more skilled than most students, but you're not better.
Confringo!
But don't be shy, for I can't wait to watch you try.
She put a bow truckle under my bed, and I know.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Have you finished your assignments?
I finished the tasks, Professor.
Well, well. I trust you are meticulous in your efforts. After all, shortcuts only ever lead to shortcomings.
Yes, sir, of course.
Good. Ordinarily, I'd say it's not my concern either way, but you... I want to make sure you're well prepared. Talent and resolve are a potent combination. It would be a shame to let that go to waste.
Thank you, Professor.
Don't let it go to your head. Now, let's see how you fare with Defindo. Wand at the ready. Focus. Defindo can be dangerous if you're not paying attention. Very good. It seems you have a grasp. I would encourage you once again to practice here in the classroom, for your sake and that of everyone else.
Professor Sharp, do you have a moment?
Depends on how you intend to use it.
I saw an aura badge on your desk and was wondering if you could tell me more about your time as an aura.
Observant. I suppose I could indulge you for a moment. Spent years tracking down reprobates who dealt in artifacts of dark magic origin.
That seems a bit more dangerous than teaching potions.
Often, yes. Though I've seen some remarkably creative concoctions brewed in my class. I enjoyed a great deal of success as an aura. However, success can make one complacent if one's confidence is not tempered by humility. One overstep in battle changed everything.
May I ask what happened?
Yes, well, I suppose it's a matter of record. My partner and I had tracked a suspect to a harbor in Scarborough, trying to smuggle shrunken heads of all things. I had deduced that he was working alone. I was mistaken, and they knew we were coming. From the moment we stepped onto the ship, well, I barely escaped with my life. My partner wasn't so lucky.
I suppose being an aura is dreadfully dangerous. I'm sorry.
It is at that. But survival is not guaranteed for any of us. Pay attention. And not just within my class. This is what I must impress upon you all. A potion and a poison may be a mere breath apart, until you consume the wrong one.
Well said, Professor.
The art of potion making is delicate, and such requires great precision.
Aloha Mora.
Why do students always run when Peevesy wants to have fun? Nice and warm.
Aloha Mora.
Augustus Hill just wants me to buy something, though. He's...
Hogsmeade, here I come.
Come on inside. Oh, watch yourself, though. Let's have you leave here alive. Good for you, getting all those foul goblins a hiding. You're a force to be reckoned with, aren't you? Scaring all the goblins away.
Hello.
Oh, hello. Whew. Sorry I'm in a bit of a tizzy. I was just scolding some of the plants for spitting and nipping. I suppose it's my own fault for putting more than 4 to a tray. By the way, Beatrice Green is the name, but you may address me as Madam Green. Welcome to Dogweed and Deathcap. Oh, mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there wasn't the constant demand for antidotes, I wouldn't need to stock so many of the little dears. Except, of course, for curses. And, well, if you've been petrified, then obviously you've come to the right place. Mind you don't knock the mandrakes. Oh, if there's an uprooting, you'll be the next one to drop dead, and I'm in no mood for a clear-up.
What do you have for sale?
Well, what say we show you some of what's available? Doors always open. Be sure to stop by soon. Such a wee bairn gieing a...
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
What are you up to now?
I bet garlic. Plants.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Proud as a tiger! Fringo!
Assignment's all finished. Protego!
I'll get that goblin health back.
Expelliarmus!
Hopefully by rummaging your
Confringo!
core.
Incendio! Cabolso! Accio! Defendo!
You trust. It isn't Nora Treadwell, Guardian. The Fraggle.
Defendo!
Avoiding our problems.
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Someone there?
No.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio!
Hardly a fair fight without somebody
Expelliarmus!
paid
Confringo! Protego! Incendio!
I hope to have a cup of my own one day.
That watching plants grow could be so interesting.
I've completed my assignments, Professor.
Pleased to hear it. Professor Weasley will be too. I'll be sure to let her know how well you're coming along.
Thank you, Professor.
Professor Hecat tells me she taught you Levioso, so you should be ready for a more advanced levitation charm. Wingardium Leviosa requires a bit of concentration and a nice, graceful wand movement. Let's see you try your hand at it. When executed correctly, you should be able to pick up boulders as though they were sprigs of sneezewort. Well done! Feel free. Wingardium Leviosa here in the greenhouse.
Wingardium Leviosa.
You're a natural.
Professor Garlick, a moment of your time?
The plants are resting, so now's as good a time as any.
I was wondering, what made you want to teach herbology?
How lovely of you to ask. I've always had an affinity for greenery, so this situation is a bit of a dream come true. After graduation, I was thrilled to be asked to step in for my old herbology professor. He'd had a slight accident, you see.
Oh dear. A shame for him, but it worked out well for you.
Well, he never cared, really cared for the plants, and they could sense it. Oh, you'd be surprised how perceptive a plant can be. At any rate, the trouble began one day when he cut into a wigan tree. Unfortunately for him, its leaves were hiding a bowtruckle. You may recall the marvelous creatures that resemble a twig. The little beast gouged the professor's eyes quite fiercely. Terrifying, I'd imagine. Likely for the professor, too.
And that's when you took over as the herbology professor?
Well, not quite. After 3 weeks at St. Mungo's, my predecessor regained a tiny bit of his eyesight. He insisted on returning to the greenhouse. Within a week, he claims by accident, kicked a Chinese chomping cabbage, so it was back to St. Mungo's for him.
What a string of bad luck.
Well, I felt awful for him, but I dare say I felt a bit more sympathy for the cabbage. Upon his discharge from the hospital, his indifference to plants had turned to utter disdain. He lost what little patience he had left with a particularly temperamental venomous tentacula and, well, his resulting leave of absence continues to this day.
I'm glad everything worked out as it did and that you're the herbology professor now.
Very kind of you to say. I do love these gardens and helping my students grow. Lovely speaking with you. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and remember, be kind to your wigan trees.
Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
What was the Ministry thinking, putting Black in charge of a bunch of children? He hates children.
Black noticed the scuff on his shoe the other day. And we're not... The house elf polished it away for him. Horrid man.
Don't always have something. but many of them do chatter on among them.
They come after me, they'll rest in 10 graves.
Levioso!
Someone get me down!
Slipendo! Accio! Levitago! Levioso!
This isn't a fair! I know all about you and your violent streak. Master expect... I'm scared of heights! Stop flitting around like a billywig!
Levioso!
Have I ever got nothing more than luck? All right, and your father! Admirable trick.
Levioso! Accio! Protego!
You'll have to fight eventually.
Levioso!
Tango! You haven't got bread! You haven't been knack at all! And I haven't even had my tea yet!
Levioso!
Reducto! Confringo!
Protego!
You'll beat her out soon enough! Reducto! Potato! There's proper people there!
Confringo!
Avoiding our problems.
Incendio! Compulso!
Confringo!
Protego!
Reducto!
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Compulso!
How would you like to learn the knockback jinx of the Pendo? Once you've completed the necessary tasks, come and find me in the greenhouse.
Incendio! Depulso! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Depulso! Levioso! Depulso! Yes. Protego! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio!
Careful now. You're the middle.
Expelliarmus!
You're a
Confringo! Confringo! Incendio!
You! What do you think you're doing? I know all about you and your violent
Protego!
Expelliarmus every time.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Depulso! The beasts around here can sleep a bit easy. Aloha Mora. Incendio! I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to include you.
Ironically, I didn't see ahead of time how bored I'd be in divination class.
knowledgeable.
What do we have here?
I hope those assignments were challenging.
I've completed all of my tasks, Professor Onai.
Very well done. Although I must admit, I did have something of a premonition that you would follow through. Now, as you have no doubt sharpened your perception by completing my assignment, I am curious, based upon the knowledge that one's present and even one's past may reveal traces of what is to come. What do you see in your own future?
There will be hardship, I'm sure of it. But I see triumph in the end.
A measured perception. Very wise. Nothing worthwhile is ever easy, and that is why such futures are worth striving for. But this talk of tomorrow should not divert us from your present success. I shall inform our good deputy headmistress of your exemplary performance. And if that performance is any omen of what your future may hold, then I, for one, see great things. Channel your magic towards your targets. You have it! Now, why not practice the new spell on the training dummy?
Descendo! Professor, do you have a moment?
I do.
I was wondering how you decided to teach divination.
The art of divination is an important yet often misunderstood branch of magic. Those of us who possess the sight are rare, and, as is often the case with the unique among us, we can frequently be misread, even feared. When I was granted the opportunity to teach others about my gift and the good it can do, I was most grateful.
I see. Natty told me that you and she moved here from Uganda, where she had attended Wagadu.
Yes, Natsai and I both loved Uganda and Wagadu, but we are happily settled here now. I had foreseen such a change, but did not know the details until it occurred. I was glad of the outcome. You would be wise to remember that the consequences of our actions are complex. And so, divining what is to come is not as simple as gazing into a crystal ball or studying the bottom of a teacup.
I find it truly intriguing, even if I don't fully understand it.
Intriguing. That is one word for it. And I'm certain you will come to understand many things more deeply in the days ahead. You are a student at Hogwarts, after all. It cannot have escaped you that we in the wizarding world are forever navigating the seemingly inexplicable.
Of course, Professor.
Now, I know that we both have places to be. Not because I have the sight, mind you, but because I am a professor and you are a student. I have enjoyed our conversation.